Alrighty. Alrighty. Tifrith core suppression. This one's a banger. It is. This is a banger track. Alright, chat. Whew. We're on time this time. You know, we actually getting a Tuesday stream in. And I don't 100% know what I'm going to start with. Probably Limbus or Identity V. Either will be fine. I'm kind of leaning toward Limbus, though, because I kind of want to do some ranked matches. But, I don't know. Do I want to do ranked matches? I'm almost like Griffin rank in Identity V. So it could be interesting to do that. But, God, my queue times for ranked are getting long. I guess that's how it is, though. That's the trade-off of getting higher and higher rank, as they can only, like, the pool of players they can match you with gets smaller and smaller. And I'm already at the rank I'm at. I'm already within the top 8% of the player base, at least in like the NAEU server. But still, pretty nuts, and just makes queue times take ages, unless you're playing killer. Obviously, killer queue times are always like much quicker. Like, much quicker. I don't think I've ever been in a killer queue that took longer than, like, 3 seconds. So there's that. In Limbus, we are coming to a close in the Canto 4. Well, not really coming to a close. The people have been very kind to remind me that I am nowhere near the end of that Canto, because apparently the dungeon at the end is fairly long. But overall, compared to how much we've gone through, we're, like, I think somebody said that we're, like, 2/3 of the way through. So, we're getting there. Closer to the end than the start. And this has been a very long Canto, and people have told me that this is easily the longest Canto, and it's not even close. So, this shouldn't take as long going forward. I do think we will start with Limbus, though. Let me launch it. Because Carnival Hunt is well, not shut down. It's like the current beta is closed. Like closed. Like I can play it when it's a closed beta, but this is closed beta. Meaning that even the closed beta is now closed. So even those with access with the closed beta can't access the closed beta. I think I used a few too many closed in there, but you get the point. How's it going, Labrador? Over on the YouTube side, that's a rare sighting. God, but we have the Ruina soundtrack playing in the background? Bro. Like, Ruina was such a good game, but holy shit. I have to say, the soundtrack of Ruina is pure gasoline, man. Wow. It does not miss. Is Hightail Peak or not? I haven't seen either. I haven't looked at anything of it. I just heard it came out today. I forgot it was releasing today. Well, like in early access, but I am absolutely probably going to grab it. It's only like 20 bucks USD for like the standard edition to get access. So Hightail content could be incoming. Obviously, I can't do it now because I'd have to buy it and install it. And it's probably not a good idea to do that while I'm streaming. I don't know how, like, thick of a file it would be, but still. It's something that, if people would be interested in, I could definitely do it on stream. I'm probably going to play it in my free time anyway, but let me know if you guys would like a my first experience on it. I could stream it. I've been hyped for the game for a long time, which is why I'm absolutely going to play it guaranteed in my own time. But I'm just kind of going to gauge if you guys would also like to see me do content of it. Whatever it may be. Because I don't know how much of the modding tools we have access to. Like, that is the thing I'm super interested in, is the game's modding tools. But I don't know if we have access to that yet. I wouldn't imagine. I'd imagine it's just like a little bit of like the survival mode gameplay and probably like creative mode. For just like standard Minecraft experience. But I will say, I'm so glad they're finally putting this in the hands of the players. Like, Obviously, it's nowhere near finished in its current state, but who cares, man? Like, I've seen the benefit of games actually allowing actual early access and allowing people to play the games in a very early state and seeing how much they're able to massively adjust the game from player feedback. Games that have done this very well is Project Playtime. Yes, I'm going to bring it up again. I'm going to keep bringing up Project Playtimes until Mob Games gets it through their fucking skull that I want that game to come back. Anyway. Sorry. Hopefully they finish Poppy Playtime in February and then go back to the actual game that matters. But when that game was in development, it was in a very early state, very incomplete, but it allowed them to add a lot and change a lot very quickly. And I love that. Another game, it's funny how a lot of these are in the ASIM genre, and the example to the opposite is also going to be in the ASIM, but I'll get to that. Another good example is Carnival Hunt. I played Carnival Hunt a few times on stream. It's the one with, like, the magician, you have the little bunnies, and you have, like, the wind-up keys, and you have to go up the floors. This game is also in hella early access. Like, I can play it a lot more often than most people because I paid for closed beta access, and I, like, you know, donations to fund the game. But that, too, is in such an early state that the rate at which the game is just completely changing is insanely fast. But because it's so early, that's possible. Now, I'll give an example to the contrary. I also got Discord notifications going crazy. Video Horror Society, VHS. I think I only played that game once on stream, and that was, like, back when I was a Facecam streamer. But Video Horror Society was such a good game, but it needed massive changes to its overall gameplay loop. It needed massive changes, but they only ever put it in early access. Like, VHS was finished when it was, like, given, like, beta access. I played VHS from the earliest moment you possibly could, and even when I got my hands on it, the game was finished. It literally did not change at all from then to full release. Like, not at all. The game was very finished and very polished before it even got to the hands of players. So, to do drastic changes to its gameplay loop, which VHS really needed, it was not possible at that point. The game was just too finished. So that's why I'm always like, when you're making a game to this scale, early access is a very good tool, but use it. Make it actual early access. Don't finish the game and then soft launch it as an early access. Actually make it early access to an early build of the game and allow the players to give feedback so you can do a lot of, like, big changes because it's early on. Hustle looked unfinished. Now I know why. Yes, it is absolutely unfinished. Like, this is actual early access for Hytale. It is not finished. But that's why I'm glad they're getting it into players' hands. Because if there's very glaring problems that the dev team can't see, but the players can, this feedback is very useful for them at this point in development, because they can make those changes. And, like, there are genuinely things that sometimes the dev team just doesn't notice and doesn't think is a problem. And they need, if, like, they get into the hands of their players, they can see, like, this might actually be a problem. Like, we can't see it, but they can. That's another thing, like, Video Horror Society, it was suffered from that. They thought their game was perfect. Like, they thought there was no glaring issues with Video Horror Society. But it got into the hands of players, and almost immediately people were like, okay, big changes need to be made. Almost immediately. But like I said, at that point, it was already way too finished to make the changes needed. And from beta to early access, it was like over a year, and like nothing changed. The game was exactly the same. The only thing that changed was they added a new killer, which was not what the game needed. For things I've seen, Hytale is going to be a really feature-rich game, so it's necessary. Oh, yeah. Well, think about how Minecraft, like, Minecraft's golden age is as the game was being made. Like, Minecraft was already one of the biggest games in the world before it even released officially. Like, peak, like, Minecraft, like, 2010, 2011, 2012 Minecraft was so fucking peak. It's because so much shit was being added so fast that was the golden era of Minecraft. And I think I remember that part of Minecraft so vividly, which is why I find, like, modern Minecraft updates to just be so ass. Like, I'm sorry, I'm turning this into an opportunity to shit on how lackluster Minecraft's updates are, but genuinely, compared to how quickly we got content back in the day, modern Minecraft updates are so lacking. I'm sorry, but they are. And it absolutely makes me freak out. It makes me crash the fuck out. Also, I just realized what's playing in the background. It was Edwin. I said to my mother today, because I was like rambles on about shit to her, but we got the FNAF 2 movie, so I am genuinely wondering when the next, like, FNAF game announcement will be. I'd imagine we're probably going to get it fairly soon. Because, I mean, Secret of the Mimic came out 2025. Do I think we get another FNAF game this year? Did we get a game in 2024? Was Help Wanted 2 in 2024? It must have been. 2023 would have been like Ruin, I think. Then 2021 was Security Breach. So, my best guess is maybe not a new game, but I do think the next bit of, like, content is going to be a Secret of the Mimic DLC, which I think is absolutely possible. It could come out, like, later this year. I'd love to see a DLC for Secret of the Mimic. Anyway, let me launch Limbus. But yeah, for 20 minutes. Well, actually, what about 10 minutes? Because timer. Why DLC? Well, I mean, that's just how they've done it. But, well, I mean, I'd take FNAF World 2. I'd absolutely take that. Ba, 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 ba. Alright, sorry, just looking at some stuff. Okay. I gotta swap over the category 2. Give me a minute. Ba ba ba. Limbus Company. I'll go through your questions here, Lab. Why DLC? Just because that's, like, the order they've been doing things for the longest time. Like, think about it. You had, like, even all the way back, as soon as Steelwool started making the games, it was FNAF Help Wanted, FNAF Help Wanted Curse of Dreadbear. Then it was Security Breach. Then it was Security Breach Ruin. Then it was Help Wanted 2. And then Help Wanted 2 got, like, a little mini DLC thing before Secret of the Mimic. And now it's Secret of the Mimic. It's just the order they've always done things ever since Steelwool took over. So I heavily expect the next big thing to be a DLC for Secret of the Mimic. Also, 2014 Minecraft was carried by mods here in my country. Orspawn was speak. Orspawn was one of the most OGs. Yeah, Orspawn was amazing. All right, let's go. Let's get some Limbus in. I do kind of want to play some FNAF stuff today. We probably will. Well, it depends. I think we'll probably end up playing a little bit less of Limbus and Identity V today. So we can play some FNAF. I do want to finish that FNAF like a rubber hose animation game we started a couple streams ago. We gotta do like night 5, and you know, if there's extra nights after that, we'll have to see. But yeah, we'll have to give it a try again. Okay. Anyway, we'll just get straight into it, as we've already yapatron enough. We are coming in closing on the end of Canto 4. Let's continue, I suppose. Hold on. Was that lightning? What the fuck was that?